Okay, so tick tock. Every second of waiting makes the anciency increase by 1,000-fold. My two best friends and their idle chat aren't making it any better. What are we going to do when we get back to Duster Station? I'm going to take you to the nicest restaurant they have, my adorable little engineer. Yay! I need to get away from them. I need to do something. I can't just sit idly by. So, talk to Sol and Alphonse, talk to Kika. Wow, now comes the more and more decisions. That's right, I like decisions. Yeah, in games. So, talk to Sol and Alphonse, talk to Kika, talk to Commander Asuna, talk to Zuri. I don't know to whom I can talk. I think I will talk to Sol and Alphonse, but I don't know. Maybe they have more information about this bad guy here. I don't know how he's named. I forgot his name. Okay, let's talk to Sol and Alphonse. Maybe we can get to know something more. Any luck? Shh. Sol is driving the drone around, so he's off in a land of his own. But looks like part of the upper right engine booster. Moving on. L, do you think we're going to find something? Now I know you're scared. This is the first time you've called me L. Is it? Whatever, I am not scared. It's alright to be scared. It's neutral. What matters is that you are still fighting to go forward despite that fear. That is how you gain the blessing of the spirits. I hope they are with me today. Fear not. Sol refuses to let you down. Oh my god, he's a bit strange. So, he's very reliable, isn't he? I've had to owe him my life several times. That is why I try to help him. So he bears hatred for my actions. But foodstuffs likely radiated. Moving on. What did you do? That is a curse I must bear silently, especially now when Sol needs his focus. What? Did you burn all of his mementos of Lena? You didn't? We should be quiet. He needs to concentrate. I should go. This conversation just got awkward. Natalie, Commander Asuna, I think Sol found something. What is it? Some sort of crystal, too perfect to be neutral. On the screen is a small turquoise crystal on the shape of a diamond, barely larger than my thumb. Sol's right, it is perfect, smooth, and coloring unblemished. At both ends are ornamental caps, like the chasing for a necklace. Look, you found their jewelry. Congratulations. Are we scavengers now? I'm getting a strange reading from it. From jewelry? What sort of signal? It is very faint, but it is clearly trying to transmit something. Perhaps the drone sensors are malfunctioning. Oh no, I checked the sensors as part of my weekly check. They check good every week. Could your scanner machine be broken? Maybe. Then we have all the more reason to bring it in. If we cannot verify anything, we need to do an on-board check. I do not think it is our place to rate grades for trinkets. I need to verify that this is just a trinket. So, record that signal and bring the crystal in. Commander, this is a horrible idea. I don't see any particular reason not to let the Major have her way. Is there any sort of radiation emanating from it? Nothing out of acceptable limits. Bring it in. Down to the engineering bay. I'm carrying Wes. Me too. Major Hackett, you have the controls. I suspect all of us want a closer look at this jam. Oh, one more background. There it is. Let me take it. You end up smashing this one as well. If it survived this destruction of the ship without so much as a scratch, I doubt anyone here is going to anything to it. It was probably in case. Better safe than sorry before she somehow finds a way. We shouldn't be touching it with our hands. Kelly, go get it! Old Dog Stan nearly jumps out of his skin as Kika plucks the crystal out of the drone by the tips of the metal casing. Lieutenant! What? It is just jewelry. Do you know something that we don't? Information I should be privy to hearing. It's just jewelry, right? Could you be the one who stole my research data? From the frightened, angry look on his face, I'm confident he knows more than he is letting on. I know the basics of safety. You don't take weird things found from destroyed spaceships bearing super weapons and play around with them. The only thing weird about this is why some old crusty researchers had such a pretty necklace piece. It takes all kinds to make a galaxy, I suppose. Here, Major Cat. With complete disregard for protocol, Kika tossed me the gem. Its weight couldn't be more than a few grams. It's pleasant to look at. The way it sparkles in the light of the engineering bay, I could see why it might be nothing more than a gem. It's a piece of gaudy necklace. Still, it is strange. There should be some sign of damage to it. My gut tells me that this isn't an ordinary gem. But if I'm right about the ship being pursued and destroyed by religions, why would they leave this behind? They've been cleaning the trails very well. Leaving the weapon behind would be silly. It's so pretty. Could I have it? It would look perfect with my dress uniform. Not until I've had my time at investigating it. For being blasted by a destroyed spaceship, it's remarkably smooth. Do not touch it, you may destroy the evidence you seek. True, I rub my fingers along the side of the blue crystal, expecting it to be as cold as ice. Instead, I feel a slight tickle and the warmth of the sun radiating through. You fool! Colonel? A small light shines from inside the crystal. It seems to be showing us a slight chemical reaction to my... What happened to the lights? Flight Officer Migi, did you do something? Ah! We're doomed! Flight Officer Migi, what happened? I want an answer. Bridge, our primary and secondary engine generators just went offline. Did someone bump the emergency shut-off? What happened, Colonel? Why are you asking me? What happened, Colonel? I assure you that I know not what caused the engines to shut off. I am a doctor, not an engineer. I don't believe you. Commander, the crystals, they... What about the Bellino crystals? They're supposed to be alright and shiny, but the ones in the primary engines have all gone clear and dull. They're all cracked as well. What put in a distress message and have someone bring us out new ones. I can't imagine this is the first time Bellino crystals went out. But they went out in the primary and the secondaries at the same time. So... in the tech school we were told that it had never happened before. Nothing should cause crystal damage. Well. Another universe record has been set with Giga Star. You stupid, ignorant, cyanine girl. Do you not understand what has just happened? We can't make this shift jump until somebody brings us a new one. We are stuck here for a week. It sucks. But that's the risk you take when you travel in space. The Bellino crystals do more than just make the shift jump. They are the focal points of our power generation, as well as critical parts of our long-distance radio gear. Without them, the engines won't generate power. Oh, we have backup generators. They use the crystals as well. If every single one of them went out... Kylie, please finish that statement. My jackets, attempt to bring our generators back online. I've been trying. They are refusing to accept reset commands. Battery power is at 98%. But we have stuff that doesn't require the crystals, right? We really don't absolutely need them, right? Oh my god. Where is she going? Major Hackett, do you have the signal recording from the crystal? Is now the time? Cross-check it against those of a normal Bellino crystal. Checking. Computer says that this is identical, but it is opposite phase. 180-degree phase shift. My brilliant but ignorant SITO, what happens when two signals that superposition of two opposite direction wave pulses? It causes destructive interference, but they are just stones, ordinary rocks we use as focal points. You're wrong, they're living stones that have souls. Rocks don't have souls. Souls reside in more than just mortal shells. Kylie, are you suggesting that this opposing wave generator by the recovered crystal created a wave that killed ours? Damn your mysticism! I want the truth in goddamn plain English! She's saying the only things capable of generating power to keep things like life support and trust are now permanently offline. But we kinda need those things. The batteries we use for dry dock situation should keep the ship powered for another 24 hours. But we kinda need power after that. What then? I'll tell you what happens then. We die! We die because someone just couldn't accept living well enough alone and going home. No, we get to stay here forever! Just like the researcher said, we have the key to the entire universe. And then we just locked ourselves out of it. Great job, Natalie. You could tell us all. Now we will all die. Oh, that's great. I like it. I don't know how long I stood there, eyes glazed, mind numbed by Kika's horrible revelation. By the time I can get there, thoughts running again, the room is empty. I killed us. Does that make me a zombie? Now it's not the time for lame jokes. Did you hear them? Gonna die in a day? I heard them loud and clear. It is all my fault. If I would have known what a thing was from the start, if I would have thought things out better, would have the future as something other than corpses. But you are going to fix it. You say that with so much confidence. Because I know your scholar types. When the going gets tough, you get clever. I bet you have a solution brewing already. Does dying count as a solution? I'm not much of a fan of that one. Let's try your second plan. You don't have a second plan, right? You are the Special Investigations and Tactics Officer. You have to have a secret plan to get us out of this. Zuri's pleading eyes betray the fear I know she shares with me. As strong as any soul is, acceptance of death is something that doesn't come easy. But being an officer means that sometimes you have to put your own fears aside to keep everyone else in check. I have to be strong for Zuri. Not yet, but I would think I have something. We don't know anything about that crystal, and the first step in our plan to save ourselves is to rectify that situation. Actually, I think that I may have an idea. The picture, Zuri. What if it contained instructions on operation of the crystal? If worst come to worst, we can try testing on the crystals. What's the worst that it could happen at this point? We could start a chain reaction that ends our space travel as we know. I'm being silly, don't look at me like that. Okay, so come on, let's continue. The problem is we don't know if we haven't already done that. But all you did was touch it. There's no way any civilization, even if they were really old, would be stupid enough to have something to unsafe. We can only hope, Zuri. Let's go back to the lab and see if we can work our way out of this pit I have dug. But what can I do? This is all above dumb Zuri's head. You can support me. I feel much better if I know I have you watching our enemy, preventing me from possibly killing us all. Even so, I suspect it may be too late for that. What was it all for it? I still can't protect anyone when we are all in danger. But I want you there with me, Zuri. I don't want to risk anyone deciding they want some revenge on me before I have a chance to make things right. Thanks for thinking of me, but I would just smash up your lab and make things worse. I'm going to bed. But wait, Zuri! Slowly, the clinking of her footsteps fades away, leaving me alone in the engineering bay. Alone, forsaken, the same way I entered this ship, and probably the same way I'm going to leave it. Zuri might not have been able to have helped me with the translation or potential experimentation, but just having her around gave me confidence and meaning to keep fighting. For the first time, I feel weak, not sick or tired, but lacking the strength to keep up the fight. Knowing you just killed 8 other people, I drive the stake through the heart. But I can't give up now. Even if I must do it alone, then I have to at least keep trying, not for promotion, but for what I owe the people of the ship. I look at the blue crystal in my hand, ensuring not to touch its surface. Such a beautiful gem that brings such unbridled destruction. I see why the researcher wanted you left to the depths of space. I bring up the datapad with a detached sense of nostalgia. If Zuri was here, I'd have to chide her for not securing her datapad with a password. As the program kicks on, I glance at the old picture of the little demons. I guess that will soon be us. Nothing more than memories in someone's datapad. Regrets fill my head. I never got to see the Emerald City. I never got to see a real space battle. I never got to exploring the caves of Rashaka with Mom. She'll go on thinking that I'm still somewhere out there, forgetting to call again. When they find us, she'll know that her daughter didn't live up to her potential. And it won't be just my parents. I remember meeting Sol's family when we visited the directorship row together. I was the daughter he never had, the old man said. Even if I get us home, I can't imagine a report ending in my favor. They'll all look at me with such shame. But that's my burden to bear. The translator program is finished and it is time to face my fate. The red no entries found crushes what little remains of my heart. The limited database I have to work with couldn't determine what the runes on the rock were. So much for that. Idiotly, are you in? That's major idiotly. You're a major idiot, but you can still help me. Wait a minute, I want to drink some more. Because it's so hot outside, oh my god. Over 30 degrees or something like that, so come on. I think I've done enough helping for the day. Not quite. I need your permission to take over priority with the central computer and see if I can figure out a way to redesign our engines. You are going to redesign our engines without the use of Berliner crystals in less than 24 hours. And do you have some better idea? You aren't accepting death lightly, are you? Whatever, I can have the access or not? Sure, let me just turn off the database link this datapad has. What was that? The picture? No, the tumbleweed bouncing around the inside of your head. Yes, the picture. More secrets? Here, have the look you so desperately desire, and it doesn't matter at this point. Cesare, bless you. It wasn't a sneeze, idiotly. That's Cesare. You know what it is? Of course I do. I'm a part of the upper class. I came from the lower. Details, Kika, details. Cesare was an ancient language from millennium ago. Millennia. There's a little remaining record of the galactic civilization, except that they were highly advanced. One day, the civilization simply vanished. What little we have left here were found from records at what was named the Cesare Royal Library. It was to hold cultural records, except that it didn't stand the test of time. Why couldn't my translator crack it? 2 reasons. Immediately, it's very flowery, computers have problems breaking out the unique strokes. 2, the only people who can read it nowadays are the royal families. We've been using it as secret code amongst ourselves for years to keep our messages safe. So, why don't you have it on some rusty datapad? My god, they weren't trying to shut Faye up, don't you see? What? They were trying to kill you, Kika. Such is the burden of being a hero. No, they were trying to kill you because you are the only person I can contact to translate this. You can give me the answers I need. If you would have just shared this with the crew from the start, whoever has been trying to shut down my operation would have gone to more drastic measures to prevent you from assisting. Like what? Probably a laser to the brain. They wouldn't! Besides, there's a low likelihood of... You're not telling me something, are you? I shared my data. You share yours. Fine, I may have found information that indicated that other ships that could have possibly, maybe, feasibly, conceivably blew up such a ship. But if we have the crystal, what did they make away with? Who cares? They detonated an iron bomb, which is what tipped them away. I have no idea where they went. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I was thinking about it, Kika. I so get upset at you for constantly putting the hero of this mission off. So what? So you just wanted to see me squirm in front of the commander? Damn, Kika! And it's not like that information I was going to help us out anyway. That's for me to decide. Whatever, you have it now. I will translate this thing out for you as an apology to gift, and you can let me start with redesigning our engine. Sure, whatever makes your final moments better. So I said you wanted me to see her on the bridge. Go make him happy and then get back here. I should be done by then. I'm not taking orders from you. Let's talk more vocally. I can't give up hope yet.